Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Mario. I'm back with another video. Sorry I'm a little bit late on this one. This week was really busy for me. I'm gonna try and do weekly uploads as much as possible. I'm gonna try and record a live build too soon, probably a Town Hall 13 live build. Um, but yeah, so today's video is going to be based on how to place trash placement. As if you can see, I have a full base here except for the trash placement. And the trash placement is arguably more important than how you fill in a base, except for like the air defenses, wizard towers, expos, CC heroes, and like key defenses. So I would more prioritize the trash over even filling in like cannons and archer towers and like storages and things like that. So at 13 and 12, it's pretty easy to fill in trash. At 14, it gets a little bit tricky because you have so much of it. Um, and your bases are a lot bigger than this typically. Um, but you just kind of have to manage. So the main things about trash, in my opinion, is making sure your trash is not bullet bounceable, making sure you have good defenses in your trash, making sure that um, you're able to manipulate pathing through your trash ring. Another important thing that I want to note is since like they're called like super balloons or something, or rocket balloons, something like that. Since those have those have been in the meta, if you have exposed ADs like this one, even this one, and this one is not too exposed, as you see out of the dead zone, so things will target this first. And this one, you need to make sure you have defenses around it so the haste effect like doesn't like wears off before it targets the AD. So then they would have to use multiple loons just to get an air defense. At that point, it really wouldn't be worth it. You could probably just use some like hogs or something. Well, no, that wouldn't be worth it either. It probably just wouldn't be worth it to get it and just deal with like, or just use it with your like hounds. Okay, so I'm gonna focus on the ADs for right now because I really, really, really wanna show like what I do in order to defend the rocket balloons. So first, I'm going to put an archer tower right here. This is air targeting. It's just going to help take out the rocket balloons. It's also going to draw them away from this air defense. Um, they'd have to place it all the way over here. And I have the archer tower right here, so they'd have to go archer tower. And then hopefully they would go air defense. But since they're placing it like this, they'd probably have to place it like this in order for it to go like this. Otherwise, if they were placing it over here, it would probably go to the cannon next. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to make almost like a 3-step pathing, if that makes any sense. Actually, we might be able to just do 2-step. So what this is going to do is this is going to, actually this needs to be one more in. Actually, we're just going to move this like that. I think that'll be okay. Yeah. Okay, what this is going to do is this is going to make sure, like, if they put, like, a rocket balloon right here, it's going to go mortar, archer tower, and then the air defense. And say I did, like, a Tesla right here or something, this would pull the rocket balloon away from the air defense, and that would just be wasted troop space, if that makes sense. So I'm going to quickly do this on the other two, um, air defenses, just to make sure that having it's not, like, too easy. This section over here is going to be a little bit tricky, just because of the fact that I don't want to make trash touching defenses, because then if you have trash touching defenses, it is okay to do so, but then like a couple loons will just take out. Say if like this were touching this archer tower, a couple loons would take out both of these buildings, which is not what we want. Um, so this looks pretty good. Okay, I do need this builder hut. That's fine. Um, and then another important note is obviously make sure your trash is touching the edge of the base at anything like 12 and up, because your bases will be bigger. You'll have enough room. And this is a pretty Archer Towery saturated area. I like to kind of make sure I don't have too many Archer Towers in like things like that of that nature, like Archer Towers and cannons and mortars all too close together. Um, so I'm just gonna kind of replace it out with some defenses. Yes, this mortar is bowler bounceable, but there is an Archer Tower right here, causing it not to be because the bowler would just get targeted. Um, and then I'm gonna do something like this. Um, Trash touching each other like that is okay. Um, really doesn't do too much. Uh, but you don't want to have too much of that because I call it compacted trash. Because it is really close together, and like say, like all my defenses were like this, that would be a very compact base. So I just call it compacted trash. It's okay to have that in some areas, especially at Town Hall 14, but you don't want that too much at like lower town halls. And then another thing I want to touch on is holes, um, because they are somewhat still in the meta, and I still prefer them. But I think that holes, you need to use them in a smarter way than you did before. Like, you can't just use them everywhere like I used to do. What you need to do is you need to use them in places where a queen charge might happen. For example, the town hall. A queen charge might or a sui might happen here. Or over here, a king sui might happen here. So instead of a wall breaker, just opening up these 3 walls, say there was like a wall right here too, that would be 3 walls. Your king would have to walk through in this hole, which would require a lot more funneling, if that makes sense. Alright, and then I'm gonna quickly put a cannon right here. I think this will be, yeah, that'll be okay. And then we're gonna do some more compacted trash like that. And then we're gonna do an army camp. Okay. So the reason why I wanted this cannon here is now if a rocket balloon were to go, like from here, it would go cannon, archer tower, and then the air defense. Um, so that would be 3-step pathing to get to the air defense. And ultimately, they wouldn't get the air defense. And then I'm gonna actually move this cannon up a little bit, and I'm just gonna spread this right there. We go. Another thing that's important to note is sneaky gobbleable trash near a place that would be vulnerable to queen charges, and putting army camps that are exposed like this. This is just a free funnel for them because it's so much. Like it's so big space, it creates so much dead space that the queen is just forced to walk in. Okay, I think we might be forced to do some compacted trash, or even just, okay, so the siege barrack is a little bit different because it is a lot more tanky, and it can't be one shot by a wizard. I think it's actually 2 shot that the army camps are, but I mean it can't be taken out by a wizard too easily if you have some like defenses by it, which is nice. I'm gonna actually put a mortar right here just to kind of make things a little harder for the like a funnel. That way they have to invest like 10 space rather than just um like I don't know how many, rather than just like a sneaky god which is like 3 space. Actually, the lowest would be 6 space. And then I'm gonna do an archer tower right here, and then we're gonna kind of move this all because I want more compact trash right here. Another thing that's like semi-important is e-drag chains. They are a thing. Don't have too easy e-draggable trash, or someone might abuse it. And don't have too many concentrated storage areas outside of the base unless if you're planning to do a Tesla farm bluff, which is basically, I don't have a great example of it on this base, but say like this Inferno comp went here, and I just had like 3 storages here, all with perfect two tile spacing like this where Teslas could fit in. that would be a Tesla farm bait, or like a Tesla farm bluff, if you will. And then, I think I would rather have a mortar right there. And then maybe, I don't know, because I really want like a cannon, but I don't know where. Maybe I can take this cannon. And then maybe I put a mortar right here. There we go. Alright, so now it's really unpredictable pathing on where the loon is gonna go. Just depends on where on this army camp, if they place it, where they're placed. Like, if they place it directly on the corner, it could go either way, but if they place it a little bit more on the, like where this arrow, the bottom arrow is pointing, like this arrow, down here, then it's gonna go here. If it's pointing more at this arrow, it's gonna point here, or it's gonna go there. If that makes sense. So, I mean, you're just kind of making like multi-step pathing to get the what's gonna call it, the air defense. Just because rocket balloons are a thing. Also, I don't really have too many places that I put storages in this base. This base was interesting, to say the least. Okay, so now I have extra trash, which does happen sometimes. And what I like to do with that is like see areas like this where I just remove the wall from. I just like to put like a gold miner, an elixir collector, or something there. I don't want one here. I don't want one here. I don't want one here. Those are all mandatory hole spots, just so the base remains somewhat airy. So now, what I do at 14, like tunnel 14, is if I have so much trash like this, then I start doing compacted trash like so around the base, in order to give myself some more space. Also, we can probably just remove that, and then we can take like this, and we'll do some compact trash right there. Move the wizard tower in. And then now we need like, okay, so we need 2 more spots to put more buildings. Where could I put them that it would be like okay to put them here? I'm gonna put my siege thing. What is this called? Workshop. I'm gonna put that over here, and I'm gonna go like this, but I'm gonna put a storage right here. Just gotta make it look aesthetic. And then I'm gonna do something like that. There we go. Now we just need 1 trash spot to fill. Right here. Okay. So this is a spot where I would just put like a storage or something and then replace it with that. And then there we go. And then now we just need to find a spot for this builder hut. We can really just put it anywhere. I'm just gonna put it right here. Doesn't really do too much. But yeah. So that's a mini lesson on trash. Hopefully you learned something. The main points are just make sure you don't have boulder bounceable trash. You don't have a free funnel. Make sure that you're protecting your air defenses from rocket balloons so that they're not too easy to snatch with them or like snag one. And then make sure that your like trash layer, like you have some compacted trash, some more airy trash, things like that. Another quick point is army camps that are on the edge like this. It's a really free minion funnel. So if you do have some of these, make sure you have some sort of air targeting thing by it that'll target it, so that it's not just free percentage. You do have to do it on some bases, like on this base I had to do it, but if you can help it, don't do it if you can't. it's fine. Just make sure that it's not too free of a funnel. But I hope you guys learned something. I'll put my Discord in the description below. And yeah, I hope you learned something.